This episode was sponsored by Marlboro
and Jeep Wrangler.
Just kidding.
Stay JP.
Don't sue us.
Yeah. This song goes out to the broken-hearted. Especially you, Nancy. You rip my heart to shreds.
Shreds.
Come on, Nancy. You are so broken.
Bro, what the hell was that, brother?
Man, there's something stinks out here.
Welcome to the SKUNK Take Podcast. Roll the intro. We got a question from a viewer in today.
Let's listen.
Let's have a little.
What were you told, or were told to do something that you believed, or were tricked into doing? Like, you know, when you're kids, you're told not to jump in water, 30 minutes after eating because, you can get sick or something like that. Like, and, you believe it because you're kids and it's what you're told.
Awesome. So I guess summarize what's a misconception you've kind of been told that's not even, actually the case.
Well,
Can you think of any?
I can't think of any that I've personally experienced. I'm sure there's some, but I remember telling my brother one when I was a kid, and apparently he believed it for years, right?
Yeah.
So randomly when I was like 7 years old, I just told my brother, I'm like, mate, whenever you get diarrhea, mate, you get superpowers. And he's like 5 years old. So one day he fully believed me when I said that. I fully said it as a joke, right?
Yeah.
One day I'm pretty sure he tried to jump off the fence because he full thought he could fly.
Bro, are you serious?
Yeah, mate.
Bro, that's dangerous, bro.
Yeah, mate. So, but I mean, if for anyone out there,
So what, you just forgot to tell him?
You don't get superpowers when you have diarrhea, unfortunately.
I guess the whole
You just get diarrhea.
Yeah. I guess the whole Santa Claus thing, right? I think that's what everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
And like the tooth fairy and shit like that. I think, that's probably like, things that you believe actually happen, but then you catch your parents one night and you're like,
What are you doing?
Yeah, it doesn't
one of those. What are those?
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
But
what are some of you? Well, how about you? Do you have any misconceptions?
I think the one I found out recently is like, well, not recently, but like the one you're always told, like if you shave, your hair comes back thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that's not even the case.
Yeah, what's the case?
Well, apparently, just like the more you mature, the more it changes.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently the shaving does absolutely nothing to it.
Just so I shouldn't be shaving my hair to make it thicker?
Well, if you're shaving it to make it thicker, apparently it doesn't do anything.
True. Well, apparently another misconception is that that the Great Wall of China, it cannot be seen from space. Because people say that it can be seen from space.
Really?
I always question that.
How the fuck are you going to see it from space?
That's what I always thought. I'm like, mate, it's still really thin, mate.
It's like a path. It's like a pathway. It's probably like from here to like...
I think, probably the thickness of the lab.
Yeah.
But, no one knows how thick the lab is, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
it could be like 30 billion meters.
Yeah. So I guess this is not a good measure of maybe a car
No,
length.
it is. They can take our word for it. They can take our
2 car lengths wide?
Yeah,
you reckon?
say, car length.
Yeah.
Or like a 3-ton truck wide.
Oh, maybe we're wrong. I've never been.
I've never been to the Great Wall of China.
It might be actually really big. It might be bigger than...
you can see it from space.
No, apparently you can't. Because it's... Like you can't see.
Is there people that say you can see it from space?
That's something I always got told as a kid. Like
Really?
I'm not always, but I feel like I always heard it when I was younger. Yeah,
Damn, there you go.
So maybe people are just idiots.
Do you remember the whole witches getting burnt at a stake thing?
Yeah.
There was only like 12 witches, supposed witches burnt. The rest of them were just hung.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, but it's like I think
it's not as bad as like.
No, I think some like 50,000 total witches were killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But like the whole burning at the stake thing is like only happened to like a few, and then everyone just thinks like they were all fucking burnt at the stake.
50,000's a lot though. This is in America, right?
Yeah, like Europe during like the 15th to 18th century, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, they used to just fucking, if you were suspected of being a witch,
that's pretty insane.
Executed, yeah. You always hear about damn, bro, you hate to be a witch, get burnt. You just get like executed like anyone else. It's still a shit way to go, but like,
Yeah, I wonder what the proportion of witches that were hung compared to just like average criminals. Because were they just labeling people like women witches for like whatever they did, or like
yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
were
What
they
the,
like was
what
that a
was the basis?
specific
Yeah,
basis for what they did?
yeah,
I don't know too much about the witch history.
yeah.
You know
No,
what I'm
neither.
saying?
Neither do I. But yeah, apparently that's the case. Apparently only like 12 or some shit were hung. Oh, were fucking burnt.
Well, there's this apparently, I don't know if this is true, but you know how when Elon Musk launched there was like a whole publicity stunt where Elon Musk launched a Tesla into space. Do you remember that?
Yeah, there was a roadster, right, with the fucking astronaut thing on the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently that was fake. Apparently that's in a studio, because apparently the live stream glitched or something for a second and it showed the studio. And like bunch of people saw it. I think there was like screenshots of it and stuff on Reddit. Because I always thought it was
just relate
peculiar.
to witches.
Oh, the misconception.
Ah,
of
okay. Oh, yeah.
Tesla
yeah,
launching
yeah,
a car
yeah.
into space. But I guess it's more a conspiracy. That's my bad.
No, but that's cool. I mean, I guess we can talk about that. I mean, it's open. It's open to interpretation. Well, what kind of conspiracies do you kind of you thought about? You thought of any conspiracies? Conspiracy theories?
Well,
and
I
stuff?
saw this
Which ones stick
video.
out to you?
I saw this video the other day of like helicopters over the sea. It was on TikTok. I don't know if you remember seeing it.
No.
But there was like these helicopters and they were showing the ocean. And in the ocean was this huge, like megalodon shark,
Fuck.
like literally hundreds of meters long.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't think it was real. I didn't verify. It looks pretty real. I don't believe that it's real, but it could be real. I didn't verify. Check it. It looked very, very realistic. If it was fake, I guess the misconception is that like what we know about the ocean is everything. Like we don't know anything about the ocean. I guess that's a conspiracy or misconception that I used to have. I used to like just not even think about the ocean. Just like, oh yeah, there's whales and sharks and fish and shit. But like there's so much shit that we don't know about.
Yeah, because there's like a pretty high percentage of it that's still unexplored to this day. I'm not going to say it because I don't know exactly what percent of it isn't unexplored.
It could be over 90%, I'd say.
But it's fucking, it's pretty significant.
You know what's crazy? Like, you know how there was those 2 Malaysian airline planes that crashed? They can't even find those.
To this day.
Yeah. There's one of them that crashed and they can't find it. And with all that like technology and stuff on the plane,
that's fucking
all
crazy.
the GPS and shit, like they still don't know where it crashed.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Because I remember seeing like, do you remember that situation?
Yeah, it's just like disappeared. And there was like they were saying they were looking for a black box for a while, but
they like saw wreckage and just random parts in the ocean. But like I remember like early on in the search process, they thought it was like, I think like west of the flight path that they had. But it was apparently now they're looking it was east of the flight path, and now they're looking way west because they were looking, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they were looking around like the Malaysian ocean area because they're like, I mean, I guess they assumed that it went off the flight path and like lost radar contact just because of the path that it was taking that they were able to track, that it was around that like I guess north of Australia, like that kind of island region. And now they're looking like way over near Perth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, in between like South America and Perth.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, is it South America? Maybe it's Africa and Perth. And that's crazy how inaccurate modern technology still is when it comes to like
sea
the
exploration.
ocean. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, do you reckon, like, the Bermuda Triangle, do you reckon there's any truth to all the fucking myths and stories you hear about that?
Well, apparently there's like a common misconception of that being, I guess it's a whole conspiracy, but it's a misconception that it's an area where a lot of dangerous stuff happens. Apparently it's just like, it's slightly above average, but it's not that much higher than anywhere else, you know? But I mean, I could be wrong, but it is spooky, the stories. And maybe it's because it's so spooky that it's become famous.
Yeah.
But like people get lost at sea all the time. Like we don't hear about a lot of them. And people disappear. Like that Malaysian Airlines plane, that just randomly disappeared.
Yeah, that shit vanished, bro. That's scary.
And maybe that's just like because the Bermuda Triangle is like this scary zone that people always talk about it being mysterious. But maybe it's just that's how common stuff is. Like there's tons of people lost at sea.
Yeah.
Do you know Olivia Newton-John? She's in Grease. Do you know that movie Grease with John Travolta?
Yeah.
The old as one. Her former husband, her ex-husband, I think he was a Japanese guy. He went to sea. He went sailing when they were still together, and then he just disappeared.
Fuck.
Got lost at sea. Still no sighting of his ship.
It's crazy that with the satellites that we have up there, that we still can't find shit.
There's so many stories that are just like freaky. Like, what's that? There's one story in the Bermuda Triangle. There was this one ship. People like found this empty ship, and they boarded it because they were like, what's going on here? And they went inside. I can't remember what the name of the ship was. It was like the Black something. I don't know. And they go inside the ship, and like the coffee's still warm.
Yeah,
like
there's
handles,
like food on tables,
warm food
on tables,
and just there's no sign of anything.
Crew. Yeah.
What do you reckon is the cause of that?
I don't know, bro. I literally got shivers. That shit. I love that shit. I love all the
We need to do a ghost episode.
Yeah, we actually do. But like, I remember that because they was like accounted to like really weird electromagnetic fields in the area. So there's like that.
It's crazy how that has such an impact.
But it could all like, I mean, I'm no scientist, but like, you never know what that kind of, because it's so unexplored. We don't really know what being in those areas does to like a human. You know what I mean? Because there's not really like human life there. You know what I mean?
Will they still fly through the Bermuda Triangle now? Like they fly through it all the time. Like I think it's just like a myth that's been overblown.
Potentially, yeah.
It's a misconception that it's extremely dangerous in there. It's not like you enter it and then it becomes stormy
some fucking
and like
crazy shit.
things
Yeah,
just like crash and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like people they fly over it. Some of the myths associated with the Bermuda Triangle didn't even happen in the Bermuda Triangle, just like nearby. Like so, it's just I guess it's more a myth, and like it's just that general area is kind of like the seas aren't really
as crazy as people make them out to be.
Yeah, but I think it's just like very choppy ocean, the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, like there's that story about that World War II pilot flying overhead, and then like he was flying, and then his compass started doing some fucking wacky shit, just like spinning around.
It's aliens, mate.
I don't know. You reckon it's like a perfect spot for them to like visit or something?
I don't know. Because why would aliens just focus on the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Why, like, but it is kind of scary though. Like you hear, and this is something that I've thought about a little bit. You hear about all these stories from like the past, like mythical dragons and stuff, or like the Loch Ness monster, stuff like that. And you're like, the way the world is kind of built, like people are very like, science and logic and facts and stuff. And there's no evidence for a lot of these things. But how, like some of the things that are documented in history are very hard to account for. Right? Like the Loch Ness monster, for example. How are you supposed to discount 20 simultaneous witness sightings? What could explain that?
Yeah, right.
And they say, it's just an illusion caused by like the air, because the way the air is, it's like thicker, so it can cause light to bounce in a weird way. But how would 20 people see like a very similar
image?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even if they were hallucinating or they were like in the mindset of, I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
How would that cause them to see something that isn't there?
And then for everyone's accounts still will be the same.
Do you believe in Loch Ness monster?
I haven't done too much research into it, but I reckon...
Or just like creatures in the ocean?
Yeah, 100%. Well, there was that video that surfaced from... Was it like... I don't know if it was NASA doing those deep sea dives, or if it was Chinese submarines doing those deep sea dives, and then finding all those fucking random creatures, bro, with like long ass fucking tentacles, like weird ass looking fucking squids and shit.
Because I think those really, I don't know, like
there's definitely animals out there that we haven't encountered.
Do you think there's giant animals? Like, you know, like...
Well, there's enough space for them. But I guess, I don't know, because with the insects, I know it's like their size is determined on the, is it the atmosphere or the amount of oxygen in the air or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's oxygen.
Yeah.
Because I know that during the like Jurassic period with dinosaurs and stuff, they were huge. Yeah. Because there was like way higher oxygen saturation.
But I don't know if that's the case for like, you know,
the ocean.
Sea animals.
Well, you know, you look at like turtles or tortoises and even lobsters and stuff, they can live for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Like they're, just because human life is, you know, roughly give or take 80 years, doesn't mean animals live that long. And there's 200-300-year-old tortoises that we're like looking after.
Yeah.
That have been documented in like the Pacific Islands. Like you don't think there's the potential, at least, for creatures that are even older than that who, you know, live deep beneath the ocean.
Yeah.
Because we like, I really want to see some exploration on that. I don't know why we're focusing so much on space.
Yeah.
We don't even know what's on Earth.
Bro, why don't we just solidify all these like seas? How much more space
Turn
we
them
have?
to ice.
Bro, we have crazy amount of space.
Solidify the seas.
Yeah.
You're nutty, mate.
Just fucking pour like billions of tons of concrete into
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Mate. That'd be nuts.
That'd be fucking cooked. If all of surface area was usable.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the ocean is necessary for rain and all that kind of shit.
100%.
Because it like evaporates and becomes clouds.
Or you can just do the old NASA burn off.
Yeah.
You've seen with Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, and then it causes the rain, right? Because they burn hydrogen fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. Space is crazy, man. But I think the sea is crazier.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like some of the stories you hear, like, it's just hard to...
Is that where... That's where Godzilla comes from, doesn't it? I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Well, Godzilla is like a Japanese story, and it's like a metaphor for nuclear weapons. Yeah.
Right, that's really cool.
So the character was created, I believe, after World War II. And Godzilla represents like... Because like that's why he's like has like the nuclear blast and all that kind of stuff. He represents the danger of nuclear weapons and how like it can destroy, but part of it like brings peace and that kind of thing. Because Godzilla's not a bad guy. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
The character destroys shit, but he's not a bad guy. He's seen as like almost like, at least in some of the literature, almost like a necessary force of nature.
Okay.
And I guess because have you seen the way Japan like views the war? Like they're very apologetic about it. You'd think they'd be more like angry that they got nuclear bombed twice.
Bro, that's fucked to think about.
Yeah.
Japan got nuked twice.
Yeah, and
they're where they are now.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Bruh.
But
their whole country got factory reset twice.
Oh my God. Yeah. Bro. And they're really apologetic about it. Like they are like,
but they're so technologically advanced. There's like, I'd say they're so much further than anyone else.
Yeah, but like maybe technological wise, but like maybe not lifestyle wise. I know things are pretty fucked there. But I don't know too much about Japan. I'm not really a weeb like you.
Yeah, dude, fucking love that.
Yeah.
Bermuda Triangle. Not real.
Not real. Misconceptions? What other misconceptions do you have?
Apparently the whole light in the car thing. You know, like you turn the light on.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not illegal to do. You can do
illegal?
it. Yeah.
I'd be doing that.
You be turning it on while you're driving?
Yeah. You know it's illegal. I'm pretty sure it's illegal in Sydney for your passenger to have a laptop open next to you. Yeah. Because it's distracting.
Road
laws are crazy now, man.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in an article. Maybe I'm just getting clickbaited, but I did read the article, and apparently it is being implemented, or was implemented in the past. So don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert on Australian law, but yeah. Well, I don't know. Nothing that I personally believe. I don't think there's been a huge misconception. Maybe I'm a sheep and I just don't realize that there is a misconception that I believe in. Is there any that you have?
Let's try to find some actually. Apparently Henry Ford didn't create the first automobile.
Who did?
It was Carl Benz,
Carl Benz,
co-founder of Mercedes-Benz.
Wow.
There you go.
German bloke.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a common misconception. I don't even know. I didn't even think Henry Ford.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah. Where would you say fortune cookies are from?
Not China, because I saw that too when I was doing research. Where is it from, though? I didn't look into it.
Japanese Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
On that next
Apparently,
level thinking.
apparently you hardly find them in China.
I'd be surprised if you do. Like, Chinese people don't really. I don't know. I guess it'd be very gimmicky to like do that. It'd be almost scary because they're pretty superstitious,
Really,
and stuff like that. So imagine if you have a cookie that has your fortune in it. That'd be like, nah, mate, I don't want to look at that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. Like, we kind of just rambled a lot that episode.
yeah. We did clear up some misconceptions that we
Hopefully you got some misconceptions.
as if you told your brother that, bro.
Yeah, I just I had to.
Bro, where'd you even pull that out of?
I don't know, man. I've always just been like just a prankster, mate. Just like tricking people. 'Cause I'm a scumbag. Just like I'm tricking everyone on this podcast. Everything I've said is a complete lie.
Yeah, that country piece at the start, complete lie. It wasn't even him.
Yeah,
It was all me.
Yeah, it was all him.
And me.
Anyways, that's enough for today's Skunk Take podcast.
All right, thanks for watching. Smell you next time.
See ya.